Welcome to this edition of In-Depth Alaska. I'm Tracy Sinclair. Kim Phuc Phan Thi might not be a name that you initially recognize, but you've almost certainly seen her photo. In 1972, when she was 9 years old, she was centered in a photo called The Terror of War. Georgina Fernandez sat down with Ms. Kim to talk about the day that picture was taken and what her life has been like since.
So, first time to Alaska, correct?
Yes, it's the first time visiting in Alaska. I'm so excited.
And what are you doing here this weekend?
Actually, I'm coming for the governor breakfast in Alaska.
And I know you're planning to speak there tomorrow. Can you tell me a little bit what you're going to be talking about?
Sincerely, it is my honor to be here, and I would like to share my story, principle, yes, what happened to me and how I survived, and right now what I'm doing, and because right now I'm UNESCO Goodwill Ambassador for UNESCO. For the culture of peace, and also I founded the Kim Foundation International. Our mission is to help children who are victims of war, violence, or underprivileged around the world.
So, are those children who went through similar things like you?
Yes, as everyone knows, I am a napalm girl. I am a victim of war. I'm a survivor of the violence, and now I'm advocated for peace. And that's why my mission, I know that not easy, but through my life, I can be a hope for many children who are victims of war, just like me before.
Now, the photo is over 50 years old. Has that photo really defined a lot of your life?
Yes, definitely. That picture defined my life. But I'm so happy that I'm no longer as a victim. I'm a survivor. And I have hope. Living with love, hope, and forgiveness is totally different in my life. And I found a purpose in my life, and I'm so grateful to be alive, not as a little girl who are victims of war, but like right now, as a mother, and grandmother, and a survivor. I'm calling out for peace.
So take me back over 50 years ago. Do you remember that day that photo was taken?
For sure, because yes, I remember that day, that moment very vividly, because I was 9 years old. I just turned 9. My birthday, April 6th. That day is June 8th. That happened to me, so that's why I remember very well. As a children, we just playing around nearby the bomb shelter. We're not allowed to play like openly like before. And after lunch, in the temple where we hide, so we heard the soldiers yelling to us and saying, "We have to run out from here because it's very dangerous." And the temple was indicated the temple was going to be bombed, and that's why they asked all the children run out. Among them, I was. And I was running with my brothers. Then I saw my cousin, 3 years old, alone, and I just slowed down and I just company with him. And then another soldier came and picked him up, and we ran together, three of us. Then we just got into the Highway 1. Then I remember I saw the airplane towards me very, very fast, very loud. And then I just stand right there. I stood just right there, not running. And I turned my head and I saw 4 bombs landing down so fast. And I heard the noise, boop, 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 like that. And then suddenly the fire was everywhere around me. And of course, the fire just burned off my clothes. And I saw the fire on over my left arm over here, and I used my right hand. I wrap it up. Then, of course, that moment, I still remember my thought that, oh my goodness, I got burned and I would be ugly, and so people can see me different way. But I was terrified and so scared. And then I stopped thinking about that, and I ran out of that fire, and I saw my 2 brothers and 2 cousins and some soldiers, South Vietnamese soldiers around there. Then we kept running and running and running for a while. Then I remember I was so tired to run anymore. I stopped on the road. Then I saw many people. They stood on the road, and I cried out, "Too hot, too hot." Then there was one of the soldiers gave me water to drink, and he tried to help me. He poured water over me. That moment, I lost consciousness. I didn't remember anything else because it seemed like the napalm react with oxygen in the water, so it means cook more. So that's why I lost my consciousness, and that's all. I didn't remember anything else. All the story of the people who was there, became my story. That's all.
In the photo, you were seen running naked and screaming. Do you remember what you were screaming?
Of course, I cry, and my brother crying. They film everything. So 10 years later, I remember. I watched that, and I remember what happening during the time we running and running like that. And I look at that, I just say, nobody help me? Just let me run like that? And yeah, I didn't know my picture was taken at that time, of course. After 14 months in the hospital, I went home. Then my father gave me that picture. And he said to me, "Your picture is you." And I look at that, I say, what? Why he took my picture that way? Naked, agony, hopeless, ugly. Why he printed? As a child, I just say, I hate that picture. I hated that picture. I make a decision, I never see that because it's so ugly. Yeah, but I know I got burned, and I know that my brothers and my cousin, so sure that it's me. Yeah.
So in the photo, those are your brother and cousins with you?
Yes, 5 of us there. Yeah.
Now, looking back at that photo all these years later, do you have a different relationship with it?
Actually, it's really look back. The beginning, I didn't like it, but then when I have freedom in Canada, and I became a mother, and I hold my baby Thomas, and I look at that picture. Wow, it moved me to the moment. it's really changed me as a mother. How dare I allow my child suffer like that little girl? So that moved me to the point that I have to do something for my children and all the children around the world. I have to do my best. If I'm still alive, I have to protect them. I have to have, it's just really my mission. I never let them suffer like that little girl, like me when I was a child. And so I make a decision to do something. That's why the turning point is I learned to embrace that picture, to accept that picture. And I consider that picture became a powerful gift for me to work with it for peace. And that is a turning point. And I'm not run away from that picture anymore. And that is a good thing for me, yeah.
Mrs. Then, now tell me a little bit about the work you're doing nowadays.
Yes, that's why I really dedicated my life to give back, to help other children, because I was the one of millions of children who are suffered by war, by violence, by underprivileged. So that is my heart. And we do through the Kim Foundation International. I work full time for that. I am so blessed to found the Kim Foundation International. It is a non-profit organization working so hard, and we build a school, hospital, and we support orphanage children, and we build a library for children also. We are partnership with another foundation, another charity. We can do that. Yeah, thank you.
And I know a couple of years ago you went back to Florida and you got some treatment for scars.
Yes.
How are you with your scars today? Is that something you're still receiving treatment for?
Yes, they're very important for my treatment even after 40 years later. Be honest, I still carry on a lot of pain, and I don't know about why I keep have a lot of pain like that. But then I received the like up to now I got 13 laser treatment in Miami with the Dr. Jill Weibel, and I'm so thankful that it's really helped me to reduce the pain. But the pain not free yet. Yeah, but it's like before, scale from 1 to 10, I always at the top, 8, 9, even 10, sometimes unbearable. But after the treatment, I got just about 4 or 5, or 3, so I can manage the pain. Yeah, most of my left side. Yeah.
Is this where most of your burns are?
All my back, my neck, and my arms. Yeah.
And I know you talked about, as a 9-year-old girl, you were worried about at that moment how you were going to look, which I think is insecurity many of us would have felt at 9 years old. Now as an adult, what would you go back and tell yourself?
Well, it is naturally when somebody have something in the body, you know, is dealing with a low self-esteem and nightmare or trauma. I am not, I'm not exceptional. I'm like them. I have been there. Darkness, crying, suffering, with pain and loss. As the most is, I remember growing up with the ugly scar, not ugly scar, not only that, but the pain. And I dream one day I can wear the short blouses, sleep blouse, you know, a short sleep blouses. And so because I came from the weather always hot and hotter, so that is one of my dream. And a second dream that I thought, oh, I never have a boyfriend because it looks so ugly. Even myself, whenever I touch my scar, I was so scared. And wow, I never thought that I would have a boyfriend, get married, and have a children or normal life like everyone else. Never, yeah. But I'm so thankful. I have a wonderful husband who just loves me, who I am. And we have 2 lovely sons, Thomas and Stephen. They are 30 and 27 now. And they got married and they moved out of Canada now. I have 4 grandchildren and 1 more on the way next month. Yeah, I'm so happy. I'm so blessed, yeah.
Seeing like wars going on right now, like the Ukraine, is that hard for you to see, knowing what kids they are going through?
Yes, definitely. When I heard the first day the war happened in Ukraine, my mom and I just crying out so hard for us because like just repeat the same thing that we suffer before. And you know, my heart is broken whenever I see the news talking about the images, the people destroy. You know, that's why I don't believe in war. I just try my best to work, dedicated my life for peace. And I have opportunity to fly into Poland, and I help to escort the Ukraine refugee back to Canada for freedom, and help them above of 1,000 Ukraine refugee to Canada. At the entrance of the aircraft, I receive them. Of course, I have to give them smile, but my tear coming out because it's look at them face to face. Each of them is remind me where I came from. I have been in their shoe, flee from war, destroy everything, and looking for freedom. Just exactly that happened to me 50 years ago. And I was a refugee in Canada, and to have freedom. And that is really, for sure I couldn't help them much, but my presence to be with them, to give them hope.
And so what do you want those kids, maybe the kids who are coming right now to Canada, to the US, who are escaping war, what do you want them to know what their life can be like in the future?
That's why I just answer you that is my life here to give them hope. Like I was the same exactly situation that they're facing now. But look, my life, I have hope. I have faith, I have freedom, I have so much in the future to help people. That's what we need it for.
Thank you for listening to this edition of In Depth Alaska. Please like and subscribe to this podcast.